Last week I designed a funnel for a client of mine to help him get more subscribers and more customers through his Instagram. In this video I'll show you the funnel and explain exactly how and why it works. The goal of the Instagram funnel is simple. Create reels and other content on Instagram, convert that to newsletter subscribers, and then sell them a paid version of the newsletter. My client specifically was selling a paid version of his newsletter because he's using Substack, and that's kind of the whole thing of Substack. But you can sell any product or any service using any newsletter platform. It frankly doesn't matter. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jordan Parker and I spent the last 15 years building IT businesses. In 2021, I started my YouTube channel, got obsessed with content creation, and quit my 8-figure agency to help creators. Today I do exactly that in my newsletter creator income, link below. Anyhow, let's get to the funnel. First, this is how the whole funnel looks. First, we start on Instagram and we make an offer to everyone who sees our content. Then we send them to an opt-in page. On that opt-in page, they opt in. We send them a welcome email that contains some sort of a freebie, some sort of a bribe for people to actually give us their information and subscribe to our list. Then we send them newsletters, and finally we sell them a subscription or a product. But let's look into the details because there's a lot of interesting stuff happening and a lot of mistakes that are very easy to make. First, the standard way most people do this is they have a link in their bio. This is already pretty dated, and even I know that Instagram doesn't like links in bio. The simple reason for that is just the number of steps. The more steps somebody needs to take between where they are and what you're giving them, the lower the chance they will actually do them. And when you send people to a link in your bio, they have to take several steps until they reach the final destination, which contains the freebie, bribe, or whatever. Even though this process is not the most effective one, it doesn't hurt you to actually have a link in your bio because some curious people will actually click it. But one very important thing that you want to follow is you always want to have a single link, not a bunch of them, just one. Direct people to one destination, otherwise you're letting them choose, and the more they have to choose, the lower the chance they choose the option that's best for you. Next, we also have stories. Stories are one of the best options because you get to present the link, which in your bio you can't present your link too much, and also you actually get people directly on the page. With almost any other method, people will have to go through an extra step or two to actually get to the final page in which you can actually offer them their bribe. So you make stories, you talk about something interesting in stories, you get people hooked in, and then you send them to the actual page. This might be simple, but don't underestimate it. It is very, very powerful. Finally, for the last options, we'll use ManyChat. ManyChat is the go-to platform for automation for everyone on Instagram, and it's a very powerful tool in which you can get people to act and do most of the steps required from them inside of the platform without exiting and going to a separate website. They can do almost everything inside of Instagram, which is very powerful. Oh, and by the way, on the topic of Instagram, if you want to know how to get people to see your content, get more views, get more impressions, get more comments, get more clicks on your link in bio, I am absolutely not your guy. I'm terrible with reels, I'm terrible with catchy designs, I'm terrible with Instagram growth in general. I'm great at funnels and business, so that's what I'm teaching you in this video, and that's what I'm teaching you in Creator Income, which, by the way, you should join. Back to ManyChat. You can use any alternative, they're fine. Like, if it works and it does the same thing, it doesn't really matter that much. But in general, you want to use an automation software to let people comment certain things either in your DMs or under your videos, and the automation would just send them your lead magnet when it sees that specific comment. What that does is it allows you to monetize individual videos as well. Instead of just having some text in the caption, you can include a good call to action inside of the video to get people to join your email list at a much higher percentage. And before you say anything, yes, I know that including call to actions in your reels will reduce the amount of views and impressions you get, but you actually have to do the math here. In many cases, you can include a call to action and reduce your views by 10 times, which is stupidly high and feels terrible, but at the same time, you can increase the conversions from that video by 50 times. So all in all, it's worth it because it's getting you more newsletter subscribers, which you can actually directly sell to, which is a much more powerful asset and an audience you own instead of just Instagram views and Instagram subscribers. So don't be too scared to experiment with call to actions. Even though they can reduce your reach, they can still be very powerful. So people watch a video of yours, they comment something, and that triggers an automation in ManyChat. You can, of course, use several different trigger words to trigger that automation, and there is an advanced version of this that doesn't even leave Instagram, but we won't get into the most complicated details of this. We'll just explain the basic version. If you want to make the better one, just send me a comment and I will shoot a video on that as well. But basically, you have one trigger which when people comment or DM you the specific word, and you can have a list of those words, it sends them an invitation and then the link to the actual newsletter sign up page so they can actually claim their freebie, their bonus, their bribe, whatever you want to call it. So after the trigger, you basically send them a message, you offer them your freebie. Very, very clear stuff. If you want to increase conversions even still, you can send them a follow-up message after a couple of days so you can remind them to actually go and click the link and get their freebie, because you will find that 40 to 50% of everyone who sees your message will just forget to actually click the link, or even if they do click the link, they'll forget to actually subscribe because that's a little bit of work and maybe they're on the tram, maybe they're a little bit busy, so they don't do it. So having one, or even if you're really creative with your writing, several follow-up messages can vastly increase the conversions you get from here and get you even more email subscribers for the exact same amount of content you publish on Instagram. Next, we have an an opt-in page. So you have a registration page in which you basically explain what your freebie is, and you invite people to give you their email address so you can actually send them the whole thing. For example, this is how mine looks, and basically if you enter my email list, you get my freebie. In my case, my freebie are my emails. And there are some hidden freebies that I send to subscribers, but just don't tell anyone that just yet. But the actual page is pretty simple. It explains what people are getting and it asks them for their email. And the only two things people can do on that kind of a page is they can either opt in or they can leave. That's what you want from a good opt-in page. Next, after they opt in, you send them a welcome email. Every email platform allows you to set up a welcome email in some way or form. So you set that welcome email, and inside of that welcome email, only inside of that, very important, inside of the email, then you add a link to the freebie. It's important to use the welcome email for that and not redirect people, because there will be some people who just enter their email and they will never open any of your emails. So the point is, you want to get people to actually open at least one of your emails so they can give you a little bit of a chance to actually present yourself and tell them a little bit about what you know and what you can help with, so they have an actually higher chance to open your further emails and, you know, actually have a chance to buy from your emails. Because for people to buy from your emails, they need to actually open them and read them. Then we send them the freebie. Obviously, we need to send them something. My suggestion is use something you have. Create something for your own business, create something for your clients, create something for your friends. It doesn't matter. As long as it is useful, it can act as a freebie, but don't just sit down and make something new. Find something that actually serves you or it serves someone and make that. You want something that's useful and that people want. And by the way, focus on making it actionable. I've seen too many freebies that are like a 75-page free book, and no one wants to read a 75-page free book on how to make CTAs in your Instagram videos. Make it short, make it sweet, make it useful. Next, after you send them your freebie, you have to send them emails. You have to send them your newsletters. You have to communicate with your list at a certain cadence. You can automate several of them. You can even go nuts and automate like 30 or 100 of them. That's fine. It works less well. Like live communication is always better than automated communication, just as a general rule. But you want to send people a bunch of emails. If people don't get any emails from you, they can't warm up to you. They can't get to know you. They can't build the relationship with you, so they don't want to buy. So you want to send them a bunch of them. Then after every single newsletter, or at least after every few newsletters, you offer them to purchase something. With email marketing, I generally try not to make super hard offers, like buy this now, there is no time left. Sometimes that's perfectly fine, but I generally like making soft offers. So telling a story, giving people something juicy to entertain them with or learn, and then moving that to a soft offer, which is focused on them purchasing something and getting even more value. And at the end, you sell people something. This can be a subscription, this can be a product, or this can be a service. It doesn't matter what you exactly sell people. The point is you sell them something that you want to offer. If you don't have absolutely anything to sell people, you can sell them direct access to you. Please don't call it coaching unless you know what you're doing, but you can sell people direct access to you in which you can help them with something that they're struggling with. And usually when you sell direct access, people will tell you what they want from you because they're excited and they want to get the best experience possible. So it makes things significantly easier. So yeah, that's the whole funnel. Don't be fancy, don't be cute, just do exactly what I'm saying there. I hope that was helpful. Join Creator Income. See you soon.